Good evening, everyone. My name is Marissa Lastra. I'm honored to be here today as a candidate for Elko City Council.
Can you turn it up, please?
Can you hear me better?
I can hear you better, thank you.
Perfect. As someone who's called this community home for over 40 years, I'm deeply invested in our city and our community and its future. Elko is a place of rich history, strong values, and a spirit of resilience. I believe that together we can build on that legacy to ensure Elko remains a vibrant, prosperous, and welcoming place for all who live here. My decision to run for City Council stems from a desire to give back to this community that I was raised in and that I am currently raising my own family in. I'm the owner-broker of Lastra Realty, and my family owns a couple other small businesses within the community. I have witnessed firsthand both the opportunities and the challenges that Elko faces, from managing responsible growth and improving our infrastructure to supporting local businesses and enhancing public safety. I'm committed to working with all of you to create positive and lasting changes. If elected, I will listen to your concerns. I will be transparent in my decisions and work tirelessly to make Elko an even better place to live and to work. I believe in the power of collaboration, and I know that by working together, we can tackle the issues that matter most to our community. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I look forward to discussing the issues that are important to you in this forum.
Thank you, Ms. Lastra. Our next candidate will be Claire Morris. Mr. Morris.
My name's Claire Morris. I moved here in 1958. I guess my parents moved here in 1958. I was 5 years old, so I guess I was just along for the ride. I started my schooling with grammar school number 2 here in Elko. Went on to grammar school number 1, which is no longer with us, of course. Graduated from Elko High School in 1971, Weaver State in 76. Started my law enforcement career in 1976 with the Elko Police Department. Spent about 16 years there. Sheriff Harris was elected sheriff. He asked me to come over and be his undersheriff. I went over and worked 8 years with Neil Harris as his undersheriff. The city asked me to come back as the chief of police, which I did. I went back as the chief of police and retired in 06 with 30 years in law enforcement. I left the city on a Friday, started with Newmont Mining on a Monday as a regional security manager. Great job. It just wasn't Newmont was a great company. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Jim Pitts was in need of an undersheriff, so I returned to law enforcement under Sheriff Pitts and finished out my career. I finally retired my 3rd time in 2016. I've served this community for about 40 years. I want to continue serving for another 4 years, and then I'm presently on the City Council. This will be my 2nd term if I'm elected, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
And our 3rd candidate for Elko City Council is Mike Hagan. Mr. Hagan, the next 2 minutes are yours.
Hi, some of you might recognize me from when I ran for mayor 2 years ago. Excuse me, I just had surgery last Wednesday on my mouth. I actually still have stitches in there. So it's gonna be a little difficult for me to talk. I moved here first in 2002. I was brought out by Marcy and Jack, the former owners of the Stockman and Commercial, to be executive sous chef. I was eventually moved up to be the executive chef. After getting things on track with those casino restaurants, they decided to sell it. After that, then the city decided not to renew their contract with Casino Flights, which was through the Red Lion back then. And I was in the hospitality industry, and I saw that industry going down here after the casino flights were ended. So I ended up moving mistakenly to Reno, where I lived there for 15 years. I actually ran for mayor out there. After losing in the primaries, I saw the direction that Reno was going in, left-leaning. So I remembered Elko and decided to move back here to retire where it's safe. I love this city. I think a lot can be improved. I think we really need to focus on our infrastructure. That's definitely a main concern. I lived in Salt Lake for a while too, and the one thing that they did, which saved them after 9/11, was focus on their infrastructure. So So even in a down economy, you can grow a community.